Look at all of this work. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Just doing a sound check as well. If anyone can't hear me, please let me know so that I can adjust the audio. But we are so looking forward to having you back for our first session this year of our Facebook Lives. Carla says, good morning, Jessica and Dr. Harvey. Nice to see you back.
Great to be back.
Kimberly says, good morning. What do we got here? Got this beautiful gallery. It's a beautiful day outside, which you can't really see from here. Perfect. Clint says, morning, loud and clear. Excellent.
Good feedback.
Hey, Pops.
Great. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to our first Facebook Live session for 2021. We've been looking forward to this moment very anxiously. We miss you guys. And we are appropriately going to start out here in the Guy Harvey Gallery in Georgetown, Grand Cayman. And I'm painting one of my favorite topics, and this will be the sort of the thread of the conversation for the next half an hour. But Jessica, how many people have we got signing up?
We've got 166 so far, so we're going to give people a little bit of time to sign in.
Great.
So just wanted to say good morning.
Yeah.
And I will give everybody a little tour. So welcome to the gallery. It is our pleasure to have you here. And so we just want you to get ready, get comfortable. Some of you who've already been on this with us, you know the drill. We're going to have a few minutes to talk about some of the things that we've been doing. We've got a couple of questions that came in for us to answer. And so enjoy and get settled in. Thanks, Tio. Tio says, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so keep piping in with where you're from when you're signing in. Lynn from Chicago, that's fantastic. Hello. Oh, Myrtle from Edinburgh. Oh, bless. I feel you. I really do. I remember those days in Edinburgh this time of year, and it's like, it doesn't get dry anytime soon, eh? Mark from Orlando. I hear it's pretty cold in Orlando right now. Edwin from Puerto Rico has just signed in. Hello, good morning. Buenos dias. Looking forward to being back in Grand Cayman soon, Sterling Sarah says. Oh, wow. Sebastian Gerard says, hi, morning from Guerrero, Acapulco. Is that Acapulco? Great. All right. Great start for the morning. All right. So we are going to begin here. So let me just turn this around. Oh.
All right. Are we ready?
Well, we're just going to say a quick good morning.
All right. Great.
So, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Happy 2021. I hope that this year was a bit smoother than the last. We know that everybody has been gravely affected, and we also have family members who have had COVID and are trying to get through it now. So, please give everybody your support in terms of hoping that they get through, and we hope that this year brings a lot more joy than last one.
Progress.
Yes, exactly. Progress. So for those of you who aren't familiar, my name is Jessica Harvey. I'm the project manager for the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation, and I work with my father, Dr. Guy Harvey, who you all are familiar with. He is an artist who started many years ago, and we are presently in Grand Cayman, as you saw earlier, in his beautiful gallery. Some of you have already been here before, so thank you for coming to visit. We look forward to seeing you all again soon. And for the Facebook Lives, for those of you who don't know, we started this series of Facebook Lives during COVID, the height of COVID, when everybody was on lockdown, and we thought, well, we're not just going to sit around and do nothing. We're going to try to bring you guys in and maybe share some artistic tidbits, tips, and information about marine biology, etc., some of our experiences on the various excursions and expeditions we've been on, and give you an opportunity to ask the man himself some interesting questions. So we did this every day during the height of COVID, and then since we slowly were released from lockdown restrictions, we started doing it every Saturday. So if you guys haven't seen them already, you can go onto the Guy Harvey Facebook and see the ones that we've posted. If you're a budding artist, it's a great way to see some of the techniques that he did using watercolor, acrylic, pen and ink, sketches, you name it. So I really encourage you to go on there and see and learn something new too. But today, this is going to be a general session. A couple of you have sent in some questions, and so we're going to go through them. But if you have any questions here, please put them in, and I will try and get through to them as we're going through. So, Dad, do you want to?
Yeah, just say welcome to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. And off we go to the races. So you can. I'm
going to turn you guys around so that you can see
Thank
it better
you.
without my face in it. All right, hold on.
Great.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Well, I'm working on a 40 by 30 acrylic on canvas here. It's pretty far done, as you can see, well cooked. It's sailfish season in Florida and Mexico and other places that we fish this time of year. So I thought I'd do an Atlantic sailfish scene for this particular Facebook Live. We're quite far down the road, but I just want to explain. I do a nice little sketch first. Of course, I start out in pencil, and this is just done with a ballpoint pen on a piece of scrap paper. I recycle my paper, as you should, and it comes out quite nicely. Just a little doodle, really. I'll probably keep these for posterity. Some of them are good, and some are not so good. Some are worth keeping. But to develop this from this is pretty straightforward. I got a blank canvas. It's a prepared surface. I do all the background work. I do the surface.
I'm going to show you
and
guys.
everything in the background first. And because the bait fish, which are ballyhoo in this piece, are actually in the foreground coming toward you as a viewer, sailfish is in the background. I did the sailfish before I did all the bait, because to give the perspective and distance, I want to overlay the ballyhoo over part of the sailfish, and of course the background. They're mostly a surface-dwelling prey species. They eat plankton near the surface. So the surface is an integral part of the composition of this piece. Now here, I've got a few silhouettes left. I don't paint around these little bait fish because it's too finicky, it's too time consuming.
Let's see.
But I do paint around the sailfish. So I left the sailfish blank when I was doing the background, and use the white of the canvas to project the color that I want. And so here, I still want that white template, so to speak, and I've done that. And as we talk and go through the next 30 minutes, I'm going to fill in a couple of these guys so you can see how I make them come alive. They're a schooling species. There's lots of positions you can put them in. The eyes, the detail, the serial repetition is all necessary to give that sort of feeling of bait school in panic mode, and of course there's sunlight coming down on them, so you've got to create all that light and movement. And it's a challenge, but it's also easy to execute because I've been doing it for a long time. It's fun to do. It makes me want to go fishing, and do ask any other questions while I get to go on these guys. You can see I've done little eyes and stuff like that, but I'm going to really get the body paint done in the next few minutes rather quickly.
Okay, so
Good.
a lot of people are saying hello from all over the world. It's such a pleasure. Shane says you are so talented, Guy. Thank you very much. I taught him a lot.
Yep.
And you have, let's see, I'm just trying to see. We have a couple of questions relating to loss of sand on 7 Mile Beach.
No, can't
So can't, let me see. Well, one of the things that you recently did, which I think would be interesting for people to talk about, is the fact that you just had your vaccine.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what was that like?
It wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. I had no after effects. I've had my second shot, and it affects everybody differently. But I'm very relieved to have it, because when we do start traveling, while I'll be wearing a mask, of course, I know I have an added degree of protection. So that's what I can really say. Just encourage everybody to get vaccinated. It's the right thing to do.
Let me just grab the other couple of questions that we had. And so one of the things that we put on every year in Cayman is Ocean Conservation Month, which is extremely exciting. For those of you who don't know, we work with other groups on island to raise awareness about the importance of our ocean and do host all sorts of activities. This year, we're actually enlisting the help of others to help them host their own so that we may help and promote the activities with the hope of it being actually adopted as a country as something that is celebrated every year. And so, Dad, do you have anything that you're looking forward to for Ocean Conservation Month?
I love all the interactions with the schools, to be honest with you. I mean, in the past we've had, up to 1,400 kids involved directly, face to face, with our projects, mostly through the assistance from Cayman Bay and the Dark Corporation with the cinemas, and we show our latest documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
It could be about sharks, it could be about groupers, it could be about lionfish, but the kids love being exposed to this sort of experience, and of course they got the best questions in the world to ask. I think it's the most gratifying part. Of course, there are other components. We look at the stingray situation, we look at our shark research, and other things that happen, like are pending, like marine park expansion. They're all important parts of what's happening in Cayman these days, what's current.
I like that combined words, important.
But anyway,
yeah.
The point being that we access a lot of people. We reach out to a lot of people in a very short space of time, very intensely. And of course, we finish the month with our annual fundraiser, so people are welcome to come to the Western Hotel on March the 20th and support our efforts, because none of this work is cheap. It all costs money, and we depend on you guys to help us out.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of people who have helped us out, I just want to quickly take this opportunity to thank the sponsors who have helped us out for Ocean Conservation Month and the fundraiser so far. So that includes Dot Orimri, Let's Eat, Envision Event Design, Alice Gostick Photography.
If you slow down a bit, Jess.
I can? Oh, sorry. It's a long list. Cayman Islands Brewery, Cayman Distributors, KPMG, the Cayman Islands Angling Club, the Westin, Tortuga, Plastic Free Cayman, the Department of Environment, National Trust, Butterfield, and Augier. So
great. And talking of the Department of Environment, this year the Grouper Spawn, the annual Nassau Grouper Spawn, happened in Little Cayman early in February, toward the end of January, early February. And of course, none of the visiting scientists were able to come here because of our quarantine restrictions. So the many volunteers got together with the Department of Environment to go and conduct the annual survey. And it's good to see other people get involved and have exposure to what is one of the natural wonders of this world, a massive school of 8,000 or 9,000 adult Nassau groupers spawning off the western end of Little Cayman. It's really quite amazing. And this year I hear there was a bit more predation by sharks, Jessica, which is another consequence of protection of sharks, of course, since 2015 here, and the fact that they're coming back a little bit to perform their natural role, which is, kind of keeping
population management. Right.
Healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the slouches get taken out.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm trying to get through a couple of questions.
Fire away.
Garrison has a question. What do you consider your best painting you've ever done?
Oh, wow.
That's a great question.
Well,
I have an idea of what you what that is.
You looked around the gallery, of course, and seen the variety of what I do. I work in many different media, so it's hard to compare, different media. But I may have said this before. I do, because these animals are big, I do like to paint them life size. So the bigger the painting, the more appealing it is to me personally. And some of the bigger ones with the marlins and sailfish combinations are definitely my favorites. Some of the blue.
I'm going to show them what the big ones that in terms of size. Yeah. So this is one of my favorites, but I think that this isn't your best one. Yeah. I feel like, this is a huge piece. It takes up the majority of that wall, but it's I really think if we're talking about acrylic, this is one that he just did recently. Which is called You Missed a Spot. And that took a lot of time and detail. I'll just come closer so you can see. It's a blue marlin in a school of mahi. And I think that's an amazing one that you've done. But in terms of grand size, I feel like Black Beauty is one of my faves.
Well, that's hanging in the dining room at Tropic Star Lodge in Panama, my favorite place to fish. So hello everybody at Tropic Star.
How many times did we attempt to get down there this year?
We tried to get there, but it's been difficult.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite pieces. I would like to expand on this one. I'm glad you missed the spot into the conversation, Jessica, because we're talking about detail. If you want to come a little closer.
Yeah, I'm coming. There's a desk between me and you right now.
Oh, okay. This is the same 40 by 30, but this one is framed. But again, I'm dealing here with lots of detail. Some artists will say it's not necessary to put in all that detail, but I'm a detail guy. I'm all about anatomy, physiology, and so on. But the serial repetition of all the eyes, the fins, the spots, the tails, etc., is very time consuming. That's the price. But the overall effect is fabulous. Now I want to take this piece and make it into like a 10 or 12 foot painting with all these bodies included, and that's going to be a challenge in the upcoming weeks, because after all, we can't go anywhere, can we, Jessica?
No, right now. I'm waiting for my vaccine. I'm hoping it's supposed to be in the beginning of March. They've just called our sections. So.
Anyway, so I can invest that time on a piece like this and feel good about, the priority, so to speak. So thanks for bringing this one up.
No, of course. Well, I know. It's why, the color in the face.
You think these fish, are they really this color? Well, yeah, they are, because we dive with them. Free swimming, we get them all excited. They come in really jet black, hot sometimes. They change color, the stripes pop up, the tail goes bright blue, fluorescent almost. So there are many different color phases and levels of excitement in all of these magnificent fish, any one of which can play at any time in the process of the predator-prey interaction. And that's what we love if you go and see some of our documentaries.
Shane Davis is asking, when did you start painting?
I started painting when I was 5 years old. The beauty about being in the gallery, Jess. Here's
Yeah.
a piece I did when I was 17 years old.
You guys wouldn't consider him doing something like this. 17?
Yeah.
Really? You were 17? Wow. Look at the detail. That's amazing. That's a Jamaican scene. And you can see some photos of him when he was a wee one up here fishing away. And then his parents are featured here. And his family down here. And this is a great wall of kind of past and present. And now this is
just to remind everyone.
This is a little rat bag right here. It's grown up now. Tom is asking, who's the boss, you or him? And I was like, well, it depends on what the subject is. Being that I dictate his schedule, I'm definitely the boss in some respects.
I'm happy about that. The important thing to mention now that you look back at some of the family pictures, I did a sort of retrospective really in my first autobiography called Portraits from the Deep. But now, the new book, the new autobiography, which deals from 2002 to present, it's called Guy Harvey's Underwater World, has gone to print. And it was very beautifully edited, laid out, and arranged by the Bonnier Corporation. Big shout out to Bonnier. And so we're now waiting for it to come alive as a book fashion. And of course, you can go on our website and pre-order copies of the book. It's going to be somewhere below $50, like 49 something. But you can go on and order it from now, or wait till the boat shows come along and all the trade shows where we can do face-to-face and we can purchase the book. So it's something to look forward to. Yeah.
Bill Cairns says, we've missed these sessions. Are you going to return on a regular basis? Thanks for all you do. Yes, we are. The reason that we took so long to actually get back into a rhythm of things was because we were, as we mentioned, trying to get to Tropic Star for the majority of January. Right. And it was back and forth. And the problem with being out next to a huge jungle is that the reception isn't great. So we wouldn't have been able to do a Facebook Live from there because the reception wouldn't have allowed it. So we didn't want to start until we knew that we could be starting to be consistent again. So that is why we took our time. I just also wanted to read out some Thomas Wheaton on a slightly different topic. He had submitted this question in from before, and he said, since there has been a lack of tourism in the Cayman Islands for some time now, has a pandemic negatively impacted the stingrays since they were used to being fed every day by humans?
Well, the answer to that is it's affected the numbers simply because there wasn't a regular feeding schedule, so they left. They went in search of food, and of course the numbers went down. We have done 3 surveys, Jessica. You may want to talk about this. 3 surveys since July.
Yes.
And we've shown the numbers crashed to about half of what they were, which is totally expected. And interestingly, a few other reef inhabitants have shown up, which has been rather exciting.
Yeah, actually, I'll show them.
Yeah.
So during COVID, Dad did this series of, it's kind of hard because now the easel is kind of blocking it, but there was a couple of amazing encounters with black tip sharks that came through while it was extremely quiet. So this whole wall is kind of featuring what it was like. So anyone who has been to Stingray City would probably recognize it. But these are beautiful creatures. They've come around every now and then. And what they aren't.
This one has a big school of jacks with it.
Yes.
Every day.
Right, exactly. And one of the things that people were worried about is, are they looking to eat the rays? And they aren't. They are looking for an opportunity to get some free food. So they, it was actually really interesting to watch the dynamics between the rays. This is we saw a hammerhead one day. This is the one, the species that the rays are afraid of, the hammerhead shark, because they are designed to hunt for them in the sand, etc. So, but otherwise it was very much a peaceful days out there. If you guys saw some of our postings on Instagram and Facebook, you would have seen how flat calm it actually got. We also encountered a eagle ray who came through a couple of times on the sandbar, so that's where moving through comes from, and it was beautiful. It was trying to get a remora off of its body against the sand, and so hopefully we'll see some more cool stuff while we're out there. And so in terms of the numbers negatively impacting the rays, the feeding has now been started regularly thanks to a group of people in the Department of Environment who have taken the initiative to do it on a regular basis. So the numbers have indeed come back to
which is really helpful.
To the what was I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
The government feeding the rays.
Right. So in terms of the numbers are definitely coming back. They're not quite where they were, but we'll know more in July when we do our next survey. So we'll keep you guys posted. Yeah. And I'm just seeing.
Well, while you were up there chatting, I've done some eyes.
Nikki says, love it. My 4-year-old is counting all the fish. That's really sweet.
Oh, cool.
Bless. Well, I'll try and keep it straight for you guys so you can see how many fish there are in the painting. Let's see. What else have we got here?
I'm going to add some sunlight to this now. The sort of shards of sunlight coming down creates a nice sort of 3D effect on the body of the big fish.
Dave Chafin from Daytona Speedway. Hey! Hope you are doing well. We miss you, bud, and hope that the Daytona circuit is going all right. Shane Duckworth was asking, what's your most favorite painting?
It's that one at Tropic Star.
Yeah, Black Beauty.
But there have been many. I mean, I've done a couple of big ones with giant bluefin tuna and orcas from the Straits of Gibraltar. Mm-hmm. We've been diving with giant bluefin tuna there. And in Canada, off Nova Scotia, feeding them off the back of the boat and diving with them in the wild. Mm-hmm. That's pretty impressive.
Garrison says, I saw Wyland at Epcot yesterday. Too bad you couldn't travel to the art festival. Yeah, it's been tough not being able to travel for sure. We've missed, I don't know how many trade shows and signing sessions and expeditions.
Well,
but
just to remind people, it's because of our very strict regulations here. We have to quarantine for 14 days on return from anywhere.
Yeah.
And I can't afford to do that. I can't afford to be out, even if I was quarantining in my studio, which I could. It's
I don't
too
think
much time
you
out of
guys
work.
can,
Yeah.
like, honestly, if this man was locked up in a room for 14 days straight without his access to paints and etc., or being able to go outside,
No, I'd be able
he
to
would
paint.
go mental.
No, it's the access to the boat.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, mental. So you don't really want that kind of person let loose, to be honest.
That's true.
You know, so yes, it's something that we're both looking forward to for sure. There's a lot of people that we need to see, and a lot of places we've dived. Big shout out to George and Jim, who are currently so jealous in Tiger Beach.
That's Jim Abernathy.
Yeah, Jim Abernathy. So we want to say, hope that it's going well. If you haven't followed him, he's been posting a couple of photos from his expedition there.
Already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's, oh, man.
Off
I
the
haven't
wall.
seen a hammerhead yet, so I'm not as jealous as I could be. But if that's where we went last year, and that was actually the last trip we did.
Yeah.
Before COVID, was to go and see the hammerheads in Tiger Beach.
Yeah.
That must, anyway, so something to do. Okay.
Cool. All right, so I'm just going to darken up some of these. You can see the different contrasts here with the sort of foamy background, how they're kind of absorbed, and then they stand out against the bubbly background, the real foam. So they're silhouetted. You can imagine this guy is going to take his bill and come and whack a couple on the next turn.
Yeah.
Because these sailfish are so fast. The fins are up to make themselves look bigger, look like 3 times the size they really are, with the pelvics down. And so the next turn will be back in, and they use the bill all the time. We filmed this many times in Mexico, Costa Rica, and places, how they strike the bait with their bill. Unlike the marlins, which tend to just overtake their prey and just engulf them with their big mouth, because they're so fast. You know?
There was a study done on the whether or not a sailfish could be considered left or right billed in the same way that humans are considered left or right-handed.
You mean striking to the left?
Yeah, striking to the right.
Who
And
did that?
I can't remember. I'll have to look it back up. But there was evidence to suggest that is the case, that one side, and the way to see that was that one side of the bill was more worn down than the other.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that would be something cool to share.
Yeah.
Mike says, guys...
What's actually more interesting, before you leave that topic, is that we've seen, many billfish with broken bills.
Yes.
And of course, the people ask, well, how does that affect their feeding capability and behavior? And of course, you look at the body of the animal, you see that they haven't lost weight, they're not suffering in any way, shape, or form, except the bill is short. It's like that.
Right.
And interestingly, when they go into the bait school of sardines, the ones without the broken bill still try and hit
Really?
with the bill that doesn't exist. And so they think they have it, but they don't know they've lost it.
Wow, that's weird.
And of course, because of their great speed and their ability to catch prey, in their pointed jaws, they're very successful. So they're not emaciated or thin.
Right.
I mean, if they were weaker, they get taken out by who?
By the big boys.
The NATO sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's to me, that's far more interesting than do they exhibit left or right-handedness. That's
Well,
kind of
excuse me.
an academic interest.
Oh, whatever. It's still cool. I mean, it shows like there's a relatedness in a way.
I think whatever works for them, they're going to bring.
Mike says, guys, nothing short of a fantastic painted. Do I paint, and can we see one of them if so? I unfortunately do not paint. The one time that I actually have some form of claim to fame was when we were in Walker's Key, and I did a painting of a sailfish there, I think.
I think I'm going to do one more across the sailfish here just to show people how the contrast
Yeah.
really stands out.
Well,
That was a beautiful dark piece here. The sail of the sailfish, which when sunlight is on it, you can see the spots in it and so on.
mm-hmm. Look at the colors, though.
Yeah.
That's what I love. You don't use black if you can avoid it.
Never use
This
black.
is, it's
So to do a silhouette here, I'll start from beginning to end so you can quickly see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But I just do the bill, and because the ballyhoo have a bill on the lower jaw. It's not on the upper jaw like a billfish. It's on the lower jaw. Why they have it, we have no idea.
I was literally about to ask that question.
And of course, the species these ballyhoos are of the Hemiramphidea family, which are very closely related to the Exocetidae, which are the flying fish. And what both species have in common, or both families have in common, is that their stomach is flat. So when they jump, evading predators, they can actually skip like a stone on the water using their very flat belly to propel themselves along and get away, evade the predators.
That's cool.
So you see them showering when the sailfish or dolphin are in them, and then they skip along the surface. So you can see the contrast of this.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that the lower lobe is longer in a ballyhoo. Do you know why, Jessica?
The
lower lobe of the tail is longer.
It's to help with skipping across the water.
Taxiing, it's called, yeah.
Taxiing?
Taxiing, to taxi. Yeah, like an airplane taxiing.
Oh, right. I see.
So yeah, so they taxi along with the flying fish to get away from the surface and get moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you see here, in just a few seconds, I've created a silhouette. But I'm going to let it dry for a second. I'm going to paint in the eye and then add some sunlight on the body.
Wow.
So I could do that now.
Mm-hmm. No, it's
just a few little streaks.
I'll tell you, the confidence to just be able to paint over such a beautiful sail, I tell you. Well, if it were me, so when you're asking about whether or not I paint, you have to practice to be able to do this quality of work. Just
compare how that jumps out at you compared to this one over here. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Julie's saying, with no tourists, is your store still open? Yes, we are. We've reduced our hours, but we are very much still open. In fact, we have some amazing sales right now. So if you are on island and you feel like you need some new t-shirts or gifts for kids, or whatever the occasion may be, trust me, now is the time to get it, because we are trying to clear out our stuff so that we can bring in new stuff. So feel free to come on down between 10 and 3, Monday to Saturday. And we also, if you want to, I'll show you in a second, once Dad puts his paint down. Yep. But I was going to show you the dresses that have come in. So do you want to?
Yeah, great. Let's have a look. Do you want to be my model?
Ta-da!
That looks good.
We have these new dresses.
All right, you can easy up on the wiggles. Yeah.
Well, this is now, there's 3 styles available in the store, but there's more online.
Yeah.
They are super comfortable, love them. And
Let me come back the other way.
I have been
the light's not good. Yeah.
For I don't know how long.
There we go. Yeah.
And so, having tested them out, danced in them, they hold up pretty well. So
good.
I encourage you guys to go and get them wherever, if you're in the States or in Cayman.
Fantastic.
So, voila! Very exciting news to announce.
Got it?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Introdeco, for the dresses. Yep.
Yeah.
So shout out to Introdeco for us.
Yes, huge shout out. That was one of the trips we were hoping to get back to as well, into El Salvador. So saying a big hello to the team, and thank you so much. They, like anybody else, have had to deal with a lot of logistical nightmares with COVID, but they've worked very, very hard to try and get us back on track. So thank you so much for all your hard work, and the team at Guy Harvey headquarters who've been working hard to make sure they are all working hard.
Yeah.
Donnie Merrick asks, how were you first discovered? That's a great question.
I used to have informal art shows at fishing tournaments in Jamaica in the early 80s, 82, 83, 84, and took my art with help from friends in Florida to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, 1986. That was, my launch, really. And never looked back since.
Yeah. So it's encouraging when people you support friends and family who are interested in taking on art as a career, because it's important. It's what's very helpful in starting one. So if you know somebody in your community or friends or family who are very keen to start, support is really important in terms of gaining confidence and really
what are you doing for our local artists here, Jessica? Tell us about
that. We have been, in terms of with the store.
Yeah, you're going to hold shows.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we're now coming to the end of our session, so I'll give a couple of seconds as to what we are going to be doing here. And as someone mentioned, is the store going to be open? Yes, it is. We are also going to be working on hosting some variety of art exhibits in the store, which would be awesome because then it can showcase some artists on island who have never really had their art showcased. And in fact, we have right now this amazing art exhibit by Susan Dougal from Jamaica as well in our gallery. She has some amazing art pieces, both terrestrial as well as marine. Love her pelicans. And so this is something to look forward to in the galleries. We're going to try and do this a couple times a year and showcase some other pieces. So if anyone's interested on island who wants to come and see them, please do. They're very, very, very different. And so we're hoping to be able to help provide a vehicle to help other artists on island to showcase their work too. We also we're going to be doing some other events, trying to be creative given the time that we're in. And there are gallery games in the gallery. So if you guys have kids who are on island and want to bring your child in to learn more about the art and learn more about the species, I have some games that they can participate in and learn more about the art itself.
Great.
And yeah.
Good.
So
well, time to wrap up.
yes.
Yep.
So just saying.
Any other questions?
I'm just going to look through. Just a quick reminder to say again, it's Ocean Conservation Month next month. If you are in Cayman, go on to ghof.org and go scroll down to Ocean Conservation Month. But that doesn't mean if you're not in Cayman, you can't do something to raise awareness. So feel free to, organize a beach cleanup or neighborhood cleanup or do a school presentation or something to raise awareness about the importance of our ocean. And our fundraiser is on March 20th at the Westin 7 Mile Beach Resort and Spa. It should be really cool. Louisa Sachs has done an amazing job to take us on a journey through migrations of the oceanic white-tipped shark.
And we want to thank lots of donors, particularly the Aggressor Fleet, for donating dive trips.
So there's going to be...
Who else has donated?
Well, you have. There's a lot of art that's going to be on there. So if you're interested in seeing some of that, you can. And there's a lot of baskets and stuff that's happening too. So feel free to come and join us on March 20th. Thank you so much. And we hope that you have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe. There was a couple of questions about trivia. We are going to start back the trivia as well as our competitions. We'll keep you posted on those details. And stay tuned because there are some big things happening on our channels. So please make sure you subscribe to all of our existing social media channels to stay in touch. And we will be back next week at 11 Eastern Standard Time. All being well.
Right,
Pops?
well, ballyhoo to you, Jess.
He's so funny. Alrighty. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good weekend.
Speak soon. Bye.